Almost every single young person I know falls victim to this one mindset that is costing them hundreds of thousands, if not $1 million or more. And that mindset is, I can wait to invest later. I have so much time until I need to retire. Every young person thinks they have all the time in the world, and from 18 to 25 to even their 30s, they don't even consider investing because retirement seems so far away. And this is actually costing them so much money in opportunity cost that it's not even funny, and everyone needs to know about this. What is up, everyone? My name is Jack Murphy, and in this video I'm going to show you the difference a couple of years can make on your investments and how much more money it will take you to reach your goals the longer you wait. It is a very noticeable difference, and after this video you're going to want to start investing right now if you haven't already. The average person does not start investing, at least in America, until they're 33.3 years old. And this is really bad because there's still a large percentage of Gen Z who haven't started investing yet. And my fellow Gen Zers, we're putting a lot of money into the garbage can basically by not investing now. So let's go to an investment calculator and I can actually show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to compare a 25-year-old to a 35-year-old, but the differences in these investments are the same whether or not you're comparing an 18-year-old to a 25-year-old, 20-year-old to a 25-year-old. There's still a big difference, but I'm going to go over 25 to 35 for the purposes of this video. So let's look at the first example. If you're a 25-year-old and you want to retire at 65, you're going to be investing for 40 years. If you invest $100 every month for 40 years, you will end up with almost $250,000, which isn't too bad for just $100 a month because you're only investing $48,000 of your money. But if you just wait till you're 35 years old to start investing and only do $100 a month for 30 years, then you will only end up with $116,000, which costs you $36,000 of your money. If you start investing at 25 years old, you're going to profit about $200,000 from that $48,000. But if you wait till you're 35, you're only going to profit about $80,000 from that $36,000. So these 10 years is costing you $120,000 that you could have had in your retirement account, all because you waited. But let's look at if you were to invest $500 a month. So if you invested at $500,000 a month, you would have a little bit over $1.2 million, and it would only cost you $240,000. Your profit would be just under $1 million from that $240,000. But if you started investing $500 a month at 35 years old, you would only end up with less than $600,000 by the time you're 65. And this would still cost you about $180,000, meaning you're only profiting a little bit over $400,000. That 10 years is costing you about $591,000 in this scenario, which is absolutely insane. Now let's look at $1,000 a month. So if you were to invest $1,000 a month at 25 years old to 65 for 40 years, you would end up with almost $2.5 million. It would cost you about $480K, and you're still profiting about $2 million. But if you were to wait till you're 35 years old to start investing $1,000 a month, you would only have about $1,169,000, and this would still cost you $360,000. So in that scenario, you're only profiting about $800,000, and the difference those 10 years are making is about $1.2 million for only $1,000 a month. So $120,000 would have made you $1.2 million in that 10 years you could have been investing. Let's say you had a certain number you wanted to have invested in your retirement accounts in order for you to retire. Not only would it take you longer to get there if you were to wait the extra 10 years, but it would actually cost you way more money to catch up. So let's say your target is $5 million. You want to retire with $5 million. If you were going to start investing at 25 years old, you're going to need to invest a little over $2,000 a month for 40 years to get that $5 million. And it's going to cost you about $971,000 to get that $5 million. So you're profiting about $4,030,000 roughly. But let's look at 35 years old. So if you start investing at 35 years old, you're going to need to invest $4,270-ish a month to reach that $5 million goal. Not only is it harder to budget over $4,000 every single month compared to $2,000 every single month, but it's actually going to cost you about $1.5 million to get that $5 million, which is a close to $600,000 difference. So you have to invest 600,000 more of your dollars to actually reach your goal, which means you have to work a lot harder. Let's say you're a 25-year-old right now and you want to end up retiring with $5 million by the time you're 65, but $2,000 a month is a little bit too much for your budget right now. What are you gonna have to do? Well, first off, at some point you're going to have to increase your income or spend less money because you're going to have to invest more a little later on to catch up. But what you can do right now is just start investing what you can. So you can only invest $1,000 a month right now. Well, you can do that for 10 years. Then maybe after 10 years, your income increases and now you can invest a lot more money into the stock market. Well, those first 10 years, you turns that's $1,000 a month into $71,000 in your investments. Now you actually have some more money to start with, so it is easier to turn that into $5 million, even though it's only $71,000 right now. So now you're a 35-year-old after those 10 years, and you're not going to have to invest that $4,275 a month to reach your goal. You now only have to invest $3,162, which is still a lot, but it's a lot more realistic, and in the long run, you're spending less money. So in this scenario where you started investing $1,000 a month for the first 10 years and then you increased to $3,162 a month, in the long run, that $5 million is costing you about $1.28 million, which is still a lot. But if you waited till you were 35 years old, it would have cost you roughly $1.54 million, which means you're saving about $280,000 just by investing that $1,000 a month for the first 10 years. So what am I trying to get you to take away from this video? Well, you could be investing $5,000, $1,000, $100 a month. It does not matter. Starting now is the best option. Investing whatever you can right now will make it easier and cheaper for you to reach your goal in retirement, because let's be honest, retirement is the main goal for 90-something% of investors. A small decision now to invest $100 a month will mean so much more than making a small decision 10 years later to invest that same $100 a month. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you want to check out some of my other videos, look here and here, and I'd appreciate it if you drop a like. That is all for today. Thank you so much. Peace.